Hey guys, thank you for checking out this episode. We'd love your support by heading to patreon.com/freshly grounded. It really does make a difference in helping us continue making this content. And if not, no stress. Enjoy. Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome to Freshly Grounded, episode 197. This episode is with Walid from Blackwood, London. I'm sure a lot of our listeners will know Blackwood, London because right now they seem to be killing it on social media, which is what I'm interested to speak to Walid about. But it's a company that, I'm intrigued to speak to the brother Walid who started the company. I'm intrigued to speak to him about it because it seems like there was it seems like a lot of people were doing or have always looked into doing stuff like oud and smells. And obviously we had the brothers on in the past from Sunnah Mosque, but Walid seems to have found a gap in the market, and it's all about marketing. And I suppose it shows like the power of marketing, really, because there was a gap in how you can market these different products. And I suppose it's like there's loads of trainer brands, but there's only a few that are killing the game, and the reason is because of their branding and marketing. And so I'm really intrigued to have a conversation with Walid about that. But other than that, guys, check out the link in our descriptions for all of the information in regards to kind of the charities we're supporting right now, links for where we get our equipment, and all that kind of stuff. And our game, the Freshly Grounded game, we have launched conversation cards. We're back in stock. So go to freshlygrounded.com/ I always get it wrong. I think it's freshlygrounded.com/the game to grab yourself some conversation cards, the Freshly Grounded game, and start having some amazing conversations and memories with your loved ones. With that being said, let's get into this episode with Walid.
And welcome to Freshly Grounded, the brand new podcast by best friends Faizu and Sam.
Huh?
I said welcome to Freshly Grounded,
After that bit.
the brand new podcast
And after that bit?
by best friends Faizu and Sam.
Really?
Okay, we are on. Assalamu alaikum, Walid. How you doing?
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Jazakallah khair for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me down, man.
That's actually no problem at all. You know, the last time we met, this wasn't the last time we met. One of my earlier memories of interacting with you was outside a masjid, and you were selling these bottles of what's the right term? Because I know oud is
people call it attar,
fragrances,
fragrances, essential oils.
Fine, you were selling fragrances outside the masjid, and this was in North London.
No, I think South London, Brixton.
Really? Oh yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah, you came to Brixton.
Yeah.
I think Mufti Menk was there. That's when I thought.
Or was it? I think it was Mufti Munir.
No, sorry, Mufti Munir. Sorry.
Yeah. And that's one of my earlier memories. And but since then, bro, the Blackwood is completely different. I remember you had the name Blackwood then.
Yeah.
But the branding, the social media presence wasn't there.
I didn't even exist,
bro. And now you've taken it from like setting up a stall outside a masjid, being on your grind, traveling, chucking the fragrances in the boot, to now everything's branded. The bottles are branded. Studio looks, bro. Yeah. The studio looks nice on Mubarak. I want to. Studio looks nice on Mubarak, and then on top of that, you got the social media presence, man, where like you really looks like you invest in content in the videos. How did you get from selling them outside the masjid to where you are now?
Boy, okay, basically, before I start, you have to understand why I started. And one of the reasons why I started is because I lost my job. I was jobless for about a year.
Okay.
And I never woke up one day and I thought, you know what, I'm going to sell oud, I'm going to sell fragrances, I'm going to make a thing out of it. I just thought, you know what, I need to survive. It was more of a thing of, I need to make money, pay bills, got family to look after, responsibilities. So I went into survival mode. So that's why I was running around. You probably remember I used to have this little case, running around with the case, and I was going everywhere with it. And so the brand itself is deeper than it actually is. Like it's quite deep. But I wanted to stand out from the rest because a lot of people have been doing it and still are doing it. But I always ask myself, how can I stand out from the rest? Like I wanted to I felt like there was a gap in the market, and I felt like, let me try and squeeze myself into it. But it's not easy because you have to stand out from the rest. So I have to think of like videos, ideas, running around, especially the running around bit. Like I went to Birmingham one day just to make people talk. I tried to reach out to celebrities, which I managed to. I got a good, decent following of celebrities now supporting me. I've had mad stories, which I'll probably go into a bit later. But it was mainly before, like the whole brand was how I felt. It was something for me to channel I kind of went through depression a bit. It was for me to kind of channel out my depression, what to do. So I wasn't thinking about, okay, I'm going to build a brand. It was more like, okay, this will take my mind off things. And that's how it kind of started. So
Why fragrances?
I don't know, man, because I do know, to be honest with you. So what happened was I lost my job. So I called my friend. And if he's watching, shout out to my friend, because he probably doesn't want me to expose his name. So I said to him, like, bro, like, I called him. I remember it. I said, bro, like, and by the way, I've lost my job. I'm in rent arrears. I already got bailiffs after me. So I called my friend, and then I asked him, like, oh, bro, I need something to do. Have you got something that I can do? And he said, like, basically, come to my shop, and I got these oud bottles, or little fragrance bottles. They came in plastic bottles, and he gave me 5. And I did not kind of like, and I never told this to anyone before, by the way. And I kind of mentioned to him my situation, and he was like, "Raw, you got rent arrears, whatever." And he just put his hand in his pocket, took out £2,000 cash, and said, "Bro, like, sort yourself out. Here's the ouds, and come back when you need more," kind of thing.
Wow.
And I was like, "Raw, like, now I got something," and I thought, you know what, I need to do something with these. So I started going selling it. I got this little case. I started going to the mosque selling it. I started going to the train station, harassing people, the workers at the train station, the ticket officers. I was just selling everywhere I went.
Wow.
Started selling it. So that was part of the process of you seeing me outside the mosque and all of that. So, but one day I met one client / customer. He said to me, like, "Bro, like, why don't you go outside Shepherd's Bush?" I'm like, "Really?" So I went to Shepherd's Bush and I got a table there. And I thought, you know what? I'm already on my face. I lost my job. I got rent arrears. I got nothing to lose. So let me just go. So I went there. I slapped the table right in the middle of like Shepherd's Bush train station, rush hour time. And it started picking up more and more every week. And every person that came to me, I forced them to follow me on Instagram. I said, follow me. And they used to look at my Instagram and be like, "But you ain't got followers though."
Did you like watch them follow you?
Yeah,
like,
I used to do it for them. I used to do it for them. I was like, follow me.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, it's follow me. Like, if you want more, just follow me. And I had no one. And then I realized, I remember I started getting to 1,000 followers. And then that's when people started rating me. They're like, "Raw, you got 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
You must be known." I'm like, "It's only 1,000." And so I was just keep on doing that for 2 years consistently 2 years non-stop. I was there every single Friday without a shadow of that. I was there. I didn't stop. I took my stuff on the train. I went there. I was there in cold, winter, snow, like rain. All the time, you catch me there. Like, I would not stop. My ouds were getting wet. Some days the fragrance will turn into ice. I couldn't even pour it in.
Really?
You know what? I had to go to the coffee shop, get hot water, put the oud in the hot water
Really?
to get it like loosened up. But I was there constantly. I was there, and that's what kind of got me that recognition. Because a lot of people will start, but they won't follow through what they want to do, and sometimes they might start because they might see other people doing it. So. And they're like, "Raw, he's doing that." You probably find it now, like a lot since you started the podcast. A lot of people are doing podcasts, but then a lot of people don't follow through with the episodes. They start, they got the zeal, they got the drive, but later they don't follow it through. So 80% of the time, people don't follow it through. So that's the advantage I had over other people, because I started, and I still till today, I'm sitting in front of you telling you my story, and a lot of people don't follow it through. So that's the thing that is really important with doing things in general. Like, you have to follow it through. So
Okay, so you've started selling and it's selling well, but there was still a level that it, like up there it's gone to since then, where the branding and the marketing and the social media presence. So it seems like when you were making money, you were reinvesting it back into Blackwood London. Is that what you're doing?
That was okay. Basically, I'll tell you what happened. Yeah. So I remember this is still at the stage that I was in rent arrears, and I remember my car got clamped, and I called the bailiff. Basically, I tried to hide the car from the bailiff because I couldn't park outside my house because they'll clamp the car, take the car. So I tried to hide it a couple of roads away, but they found it. They called me, said, "It's this, Mr. Willie. We got your car." So I came, I saw the car clamped. I said, "How much is it to unclamp the car?" They're like, "It's gonna be about £600. I was so broke. I said, "You know what? I don't even have £600. Take the car." They're like, "No, it's gonna cost more. Picking up is gonna cost more. Storage, the parking storage is gonna cost more." Like, they just said, "You have to pay for the car, otherwise it's gonna go up to 2,000." I'm like, so I called my friend. My friend he's not Muslim, but I called him.
This isn't the one who gave you the oods?
No, a random friend.
Okay.
So I called him and I said to him, like, "Bro, like, give me some advice." Like, I basically called him because he's got a machine to cut off clamps. So
okay.
So I called him and I said, "Bro, like, give me advice." Like, I said, "I don't have £600 and my car got clamped. What should I do?" He goes, "Bro, you ain't got money. Cut the thing off, man." So he just said, "Cut the thing off. I'm coming now." So he came, cut the thing off.
In front of the bailiffs?
No, the bailiff weren't there. They said, "We're going to come back in a couple of hours and see." And we cut the thing off, drove the car away. We took the clamp with us, and now we're on the run. And bailiffs are calling me for days. "Oh, where's the clamp? When the clamp? And I'm on the run now from the bailiffs, for days. And I quickly went to We Buy Any Car, sold the car, made the money. I had to sell the car for half the price that I got it for. I paid the bailiffs because the car was under my mom's address. I didn't want them to come to my mom's house. It was stress. So since then, I haven't driven since. I haven't had the car since for 2 years. And all the money I could have invested in having a car, I sacrificed that to invest in my brand, which is the videos, the marketing, photography, ideas, the creativity behind it, getting my bottles, packaging. Obviously, I'm tempted to get a car.
Yeah, because the branded nice, bro. The way you the bags, and you can tell it's ihsan in it. There's a bit of finesse in it.
Yeah. A lot of it. A lot of the money that I could have probably bought a car that's over 10K.
Yeah, and you could have just used a plain black bag, but you chose to get the one with your logo.
No. I invested a lot, so that's why sometimes you have to sacrifice for the bigger picture, and that's what cost me 2 years of not driving. Till today, I'm not driving. I'm either catching train or Uber, and I reinvested it, and now I'm fortunate to build that recognition, and hopefully later on I'll probably get a car. Hopefully that's basically, I invested a lot of money and time into the brand and making it solid to the point that when people see it, they're like, "Yeah, what is that? I want to see what that is like. Let me try that." So,
but well, you just gave us Jazakallah khairan, you gave us some of your smells, and my arms are both arms have got completely different smells, 7 different smells in them.
Yeah,
but they smell genuinely. Where's that one that I just...
Well, the dark cherry.
No. There's one of them that I said that was the one. I don't know where it is.
Hitman.
But they do smell like... I said to you how long they last, and you said they last a long time. So they obviously seem to be quite really good quality.
Yeah.
How important is it for you from start to finish to make sure that you're providing the best quality, as well as just not just branding it right?
Okay, cool. With a business, 2 things are really important: customer service and the product. You might have customer service, but your products might be dead, and people might come to you and feel sorry for you or feel pity, and they'll be like, "You know what? I'll buy it because it's you." Some people, and sometimes customer service can be dead, but the product is good. It's like you go into a restaurant, and the way they deal with you, if they deal with you good, you might come back. But if they deal with you good and the product is good, you're definitely gonna come back. But if they deal with you bad and the product is good, you ain't gonna come back. So I try to have these 2 things in place: make sure the products are good and customer service is good. So for me, all my fragrances are hand selected. I go sit down, I smell fragrances, I take maybe days, I come back. If it doesn't sell, I get rid of it, I choose something else. All my fragrances are hand selected from amongst millions of fragrances that I got access to. But I only pick a few because, trust me, you become it gets to your head eventually. So that's important. And also, because it's oil and there's a lot of people doing it, you want to stand out from the rest. And quality is really important because that will reflect the price of the brand as well. Because there's no point coming across a luxury premium brand if your quality is not as good. So for me, it's really important because that's kind of like my reputation. That's what's gonna make people come back. They're like, oh, your stuff, I get compliments. Your stuff lasts long. Like even me, sometimes when I wear it, I get stopped on the train myself. Like non-Muslims will stop me, like, oh my God, what's that you're wearing? Is it in your beard? What is it? Oh my God. And I just
What's your go-to one?
Me, I got loads. It used to be Second Wife, but I just grab anything because sometimes you get sick of it.
You want to switch it up?
Not even switch it up. I don't even wear it sometimes. It makes me sick, man, because I'm always dealing with it. It's like in my hands. I wear gloves. It's in my clothes. I come home, I have to shower. It's just like too much, man. It's like too much oil, too much fragrance. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure if anyone does fragrance or anything, or they'll understand. It's just it gets too much sometimes. You just wanna like, ugh. So I don't really wear it. Yeah, I don't wear it. I like to smell it on other people, but I don't like to wear it sometimes. So I don't really.
What's the this studio about? Like, because recently, what is that? What's that about?
Cool. The lounge.
It looks stunning.
You reckon? Yeah.
Yeah, boy, it looks really nice. Your camera looks really nice. I've not been there in person.
Yeah, you need to come. You need to come. So basically, one of the things I wanted to, how it started was, because I got online business and there was too much stuff in my house. I had fragrances everywhere, boxes everywhere, deliveries of my stock everywhere. It was just overtaking my house. So I needed to expand it, and I thought, you know what, I need to get a place. So I found an office that was so big. It was like maybe as big as us, not as big as out there, but double this size, 3 times this size. And I thought, you know what, this is too big. So I thought, you know what, let me make a showroom / lounge where people can come and have a coffee, sit down, chill, smell fragrances. I know it's a bad example, but it's almost like wine tasting, but in oud.
Right.
So I've built like almost a little bar in the middle.
Like a culture, yeah.
People can come, sit down, chill. It's private. It's appointments only. You can't just turn up. It's very like one-to-one.
I like that, yeah.
And you get a very indeed, like people that don't know fragrances, I'll tell them how to apply the fragrances on, where it comes from, what's the ingredients. And there's loads of things that people don't know about fragrances. Like, for an example, Chanel had a fragrance that they used to use cat urine in it.
Really?
Yeah. But
which one was that?
I don't know the name of it, but it was like an Ethiopian cat. They used to use the urine, but now because of how animal cruelty is, they've been forced to like stop using it and making it in synthetic way. Or also, like, you know, like you have grey amber. You got 2 type of ambers that's put into fragrances. Like grey amber comes from the waste, the feces
really?
of the whale, of
way.
the sperm whale. So these are the things that people don't realize that's put into fragrances. People just think it's going to the shop, let me get something that smells nice, put it on, and leave. But it's not. It's like a lot of people spend time, ingredients to put in it, like weird stuff. Like even there's another brand. There's a guy, I will mention it after. I think it's Hermes. They got a guy sitting in a shed in a forest making fragrances with his assistant. Like a lot of time goes into it. And that's the kind of insight you'll get if you come to the lounge. I'll explain, okay, this one's got this one comes from here, this one comes from here.
So you have to know your product very well.
Yeah, you have to, because that's what people like. People like this stuff. There's no point buying something that you don't know what you're wearing. So I will give you that extra insight of the fragrance. Sorry, let me just
so do you, like, when people come to the lounge, are you wearing a suit? Like, how's it working?
So basically,
because it sounds like it's a prestige. Like, I can't imagine you in there with your cap and your tracksuit.
I do wear my cap and my tracksuit.
Oh, really? You got to stay true to yourself.
Yeah. But where it is as well, it's sorry, let me just turn this off. No, I do wear it, but it's like Harrods in the ends. It's Harrods in the ends, yeah. But what
you should have that. You should have that as like you're on your signboard, like Blackwood London, like Harrow, but in the ends.
Yeah, Harrods in the ends. But basically, I got this leather apron. If it gets messy, I just wear it on top of this. Obviously,
that's nice.
Yeah,
leather apron.
Yeah. So leather apron, black gloves.
You wear gloves, yeah.
I try and look a bit, casual, smart, but sometimes it doesn't happen, man. It's hard when you got.
Is it close to you?
It was close. I've recently moved, but it was like 20 minutes down the road. But that's another reason why I got this place as well, because I used to get people calling me 12 o'clock at night and say, bro, I'm outside. I need the second wife.
Really, bro? Like it's like that for fragrance.
Yeah,
really?
it's deep, man. Trust me. I don't even answer people. I find it rude. Like people hit me up 12 o'clock at night, like, bro, like, can I get fragrance? You know, and I was starting to get artists, like kind of like famous people coming to my house to buy some, and I felt like, as much as I like the idea of, you know, celebrities buying it, I can't really have them coming to the house. So I had to get a place. So I was forced to get a place for this reason as well, because, you know, people coming to the house and stuff. But that's why I've kind of made it up as much as I can so people feel comfortable. It's like a different type of world when you come in there. The smell gets you. There's coffee. There's free refreshments. There's
What's
coffee.
the smell like in that place? Like, how do you do the smell?
It's mixed. It's mixed. I got like bahul burning all the time. I got the oud. It's like combination of everything. It's like a cocktail up in a room. But you have to come and check it out, man.
How you want to?
Yeah,
Where is
yeah.
it?
It's in Wood Green, North
Okay,
London.
fine.
Yeah. And
I'm sometimes there.
And I really recently opened up another branch in Green Street as well. But that's
Really?
like a partnership with someone.
Okay.
So that's not much of a lounge, but you find
I think I saw that on your Instagram story.
Yeah. It's like another spot if you're far from North, you can go East London.
But it's still branded with your branding.
Yeah, everything's there. Everything you can find off Blackwood is there. So yeah, man.
So we were kind of talking off air, and you can tell that like you've obviously been through a lot of hardship that's led you to where you're at now. What's that been like, and did that like harden you for like the graft of business? Because business is not easy. You could have easily at some point just started applying for another job and you'd be having consistent income, but you chose to go down a difficult path. You had to build something from traveling up and down the country, selling your car, and that requires a lot of toughness. Where did you get that toughness from?
I'll be honest with you, bro. I don't even know. I personally believe because of the hardship I was put through, I went through depression, and obviously, Allah forgive me for this as well. I went through like suicidal thoughts because it got me so much, and the pain I went through, being on my face, broke, like struggling to pay for things. It got so bad that I had to humble myself because my rent arrears were so bad. I had to make a GoFundMe page, and I've never told anyone this. Like, I had to go make a GoFundMe page to pay my rent, and to see other people in your circle sending around GoFundMe page, and then you end up doing one yourself. It comes to show like, raw. I was at my lowest.
It's humbling, yeah.
Yeah. So because I was so hungry. When I mean hunger, I mean from a hustle, grind, beast mode angle. I was so hungry to survive. And when I saw that, you know, I was hungry, I wasn't thinking about building a brand. I was just thinking, I need to survive. I don't care how I do it, I will do it. And sometimes a lot of people don't realize that when you're doing something, you need to have a why. This why is so important because when you have a why, your how becomes easy. If you don't have a why, meaning you don't know why you're doing it, you don't even know how you're going to do it. But once you got this why, you end up finding ways to do this because you know this is my end goal. I don't care. I'm going to get this done. It's the same way with you, for an example. Allah Mubarak, when I started watching your podcast, I remember you used to do them in your bedroom. And look how far you've come to the point that you filled up a whole theatre. Now you're probably UK's #1 religious podcast because you had a why. You was passionate. You had the drive. You had the fire, you know, within you to push you, and that's really important. Sorry, I get tongue twisted because sometimes I get, you know, but you have to excuse me, man. So yeah, so a lot of people don't have that why. When you got that why, your hunger for it, it becomes easy. It becomes easy. So when I knew my why was just to survive, not to build a brand, not to buy nice clothes, nothing. It was just to make £20 I can get maybe chicken and chips later, or it was just mad. It was that's all I wanted. So that's why the hunger was there. It was like it took me out from a dark place. So it's a different type of grind. It's
amazing when you're in a dark place like that, and then you realize how tough that you can be, how tough Allah created you, and also now that you're out of it, you can see that Allah didn't let you down. Do you know what I mean? Like, and He wouldn't have, because
I believe that He wouldn't have let me down because everyone gets tested. Even till today, now, alhamdulillah, I'm a bit like better than before. Obviously, I'm way better than before in terms of my situation, but I still get tested. Like, I get tested with like sometimes celebrities might come to my lounge and they'll be like, oh, you know what? Can I do a music video here? can I bring some models? I'm like, I get tested with these things. Or
SubhanAllah, man. It's weird because I never knew that like the culture of fragrance could also be so dark. Do you know
it's
what I
not
mean?
that, because people don't realize it's a lifestyle, you know, like.
Yeah, but I didn't think of it like that because
You
I've
didn't
never
think of it?
experienced it like that. Like I like will run out of after the show. I'm like, oh, I've got to go to next time I'm out, I'll go grab some, or go on Amazon and grab some after. I have no culture or environment around my selection of smell fragrance.
Yeah.
I go on Amazon and I reorder or whatever.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. It's because, look, fragrance is such a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle that you can, okay, if you look at the history of the Egyptians, for an example, you can only see like the time of the pharaohs and stuff. You see that fragrance is only for the rich. Fragrance is not an essential, it's a luxury.
Yeah,
What's
you're right.
essential is brushing your teeth, getting a toothbrush and brushing it. This is essential. This is what you have to do every single day before you leave the house. But fragrance is a choice. If you got the money, then you smell good. And certain fragrance, like the high-end fragrance that you can't even find them in normal shops. You have to go to Harrods, Selfridges and buy this. And only certain bracket of people shop at these places, which got certain amount of money. Like there's a sixth floor in Harrods. If you ever get a chance, go there. There's fragrances there for £70,000.
What?
Yeah, people buy fragrances. Like, you don't understand. There's fragrances for £70,000.
How many meals are you getting?
It's quite a decent amount of meal, but I could probably put a deposit on a house.
Hold on, did you say 70,000?
Yeah, £70,000.
That's
Go and check it out, man.
But in some places in the UK, you could buy a whole flat or something.
Probably, but that's what I'm trying to say. It's a lifestyle. Fragrances is a lifestyle, and then you got people that buy fragrances that are 10k each. They'll buy, I want 4 of those bottles. No, people are spending 40k. Like, that's someone's salary, man.
Are you looking to delve into that though, like selling extremely luxury fragrances to the super rich?
I would want to, but I don't want to be in a position. I would like someone to come to me and be like, oh, what's your best fragrance? I would love to just say, yeah, it's in the safe. Wait right here. I have to go to the safe and open it up and be like, just to make them feel special.
Yeah, it's a culture.
It's a culture. It's a lifestyle, man. And
I mean, I just said that I don't understand the culture, and I'm like, yeah, it's a culture.
no, but it's.
But I get from a branding perspective, bro.
Yeah.
If you're somewhere, bro, and they're like, yeah, we go to the safe, you're like,
Yeah.
wow, like that's
No, but
that's good branding.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. It's like you have to go to the safe. I would like to be in that position. It's so much of a culture. I haven't even told no one this, and you're gonna be one of the first people to know. GQ magazine reached out to me.
Oh wow!
So I'm gonna feature on the
Congratulations.
So I'm gonna feature on GQ magazine.
Wow.
That's how much of a culture it is that they reach out to
Wow.
me and they want my products to be in the magazine. So
That's amazing.
So-
Allahumma barak, congratulations.
thanks, man.
That's huge, bro.
Yeah. So let's see how that goes. But that's how much of a culture it is that these people know. Like, oh, we saw your product. We want you to be part of our, winter campaign. Make sure you jump on board.
So can people buy them online?
People can buy them online.
Fine.
People can come to the lounge. I might maybe, because I was doing deliveries in Ramadan during the lockdown, because people didn't want to go out in it. So I was doing door to door. I might go back into that again, maybe.
I'm amazed that in
Yeah.
lockdown, it's just such a new world to me, bro. Like that people will be like, oh, can you deliver some fragrance to me?
Yeah.
Because I get it now,
Yeah.
because you're explaining the culture of fragrance, but I feel like I was so oblivious to it. Because
Yeah.
like I say, for me, it was just a case of going on Amazon, grabbing or I've in the past been to the perfume shop or something like that, just asking like what's popular right now.
Yeah.
Or like someone will gift me something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's ajib, but it's weird to think that there is so many different industries in which there's an entire culture that's so lucrative, but that's also people are so passionate about within little subcultures.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's powerful.
It's mad, man. 100%.
So fine. So we let's move on a bit too, because I do want to discuss kind of a few other bits as well. We started talking about the hardships, and you mentioned that you had gone through depression. By the way, how is that now? How are you now?
Alhamdulillah, I'm much better, man. It makes me think what was I going through? It's like, that's why I say, Allah forgive me for even thinking like that, man.
But bro, we know that as humans we're created weak, and sometimes we get reminders to see that
Definitely.
we're just weak, and that we have to turn back to Allah.
Yeah.
How much of a consistency was that faith with Allah throughout your journey?
Bro, I remember that when I say in pain, I mean when I mean pain, I was going through like, it was painful to be in that state, but at the same time, I used to get up. It forced me to get up to pray night prayer, to ask Allah, take me out of the situation, humble me, like take me out of the situation. I know that there's something better behind these closed doors. I don't know what it is, but I know there is, and just take me out of the situation. And people don't realize, like, going through hardship is not like what's happening today. Like the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he went through hardship. You know, even at the time when he was at the cave by himself contemplating, that was his journey. That's his journey began with that responsibility of, you know, people wanted to kill him. He lost his beautiful, you know, his beloved wife Khadija radiallahu anha, his uncle got kicked out of Mecca. Like he went through this hardship. So we have to look at him as an example, because he never let go of his faith. He never let go of what he had to, you know, he had the burden of giving, I don't want to say burden, astaghfirullah, but he had the responsibility of conveying the message to everyone to worship Allah and make sure that Allah is one, but at the same time at the cost of his life, at the cost of the companion's life. Does that make sense? So you always have to look at the people that came before us. You have to look at the companions, what they went through. You know, you hear these amazing stories that, you know, everyone was trialed, you know, but obviously the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was trialed in a way that, imagine that his journey began at, it didn't begin at, you know, the angel coming knocking on his door and be like, oh hi, I'm Gabriel, I'm gonna come and give you some messages now and then, so just look out for me. It started off with him being by himself, getting grabbed, saying read, and he got so scared he ran to his wife to show that this is not a joke. This is the severeness of this message. This ain't no game. If it was a game, you can restart, but you can't restart. So when we go through hardship, sometimes we have to kind of like, like there's a reason why I'm going through this. Like I went through all of that crazy madness, losing my car, making a GoFundMe page, rent arrears, bailiffs like going after me. I didn't even know that I would probably be sitting here in front of you explaining my bigger picture. Yeah, I got a lounge. Like from being on my face to coming here, and that's what Allah always prepares you for something bigger and greater. And that's why you have to kind of like always be patient and, you know, wait for that bigger thing that comes and always be ready for that, you know. And hardship is gonna always come, you know. Allah says, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا. He said it twice, not once, twice, to show you that ease comes with it. Don't worry, it's attached with it. But you just have to be patient, you know.
What's the thing that drives you?
Me, bro.
Yeah.
Well, okay, one of the things that drives me is that I can't sleep. If I sleep,
Okay.
someone else is gonna come and take over. That's one. Two is that the hardship I went through was so severe that I don't want to go back to that. I want to make sure that me being broke on my face, I'm making sure that I'm not making bailiffs coming after me again. I'm making sure that I'm not doing another GoFundMe page. I'm making sure all that stuff that I went through, that's what drives me. And plus, because I've built a brand, my lounge is set up, even if I wanted to quit, I can't even quit. If I wanted to, I'm like, oh, you know what, I can't be bothered. I have to rip down the shelves, get rid of all my perfumes, get rid of my brand. That itself is headache.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It's like, even if I wanted to
you
quit,
might as well keep it going.
yeah, I might as well keep on going. I got this far.
Yeah.
I might as well keep on going. So that's the two things that drives me. Obviously, I wanna live a better life than I did 2 years ago, and I want to become one of the influential UK leading perfume company within the known communities, maybe in the urban scene, you know, because I feel like there's a market for it. So, and it's a journey right now. I'm playing around with it. Let's see where it takes me. You know, you never know. Nice.
You come across as someone who's very good at networking, like in person, right? Like would you agree
reckon?
that you're an extrovert?
I can be.
I feel like you're an extrovert.
I can be. It depends on my mode, because sometimes I have to program myself to be like, I know it sounds bad, but I will only network if I feel like, one, if I want to make that person happy, meaning I want to make him feel better about himself. Two, let me be positive. Three, if there's something that I can maybe gain out of it in terms of business.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just do things that I feel like if I don't do that, I might miss out. Like,
But you are confident, and you can have a conversation. You can initiate a conversation.
Yeah,
And you have to be in your field because you started, bro, like trying
on the street. That's why.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm only confident because I had to sell to people on the street,
That's
random
what I mean.
people.
Right. So what are some lessons or tips that a person can learn from you? Someone who doesn't have to go to the extent of selling on the street.
Yeah.
Because one of the best things we can do is we can always learn from people from their experiences, right?
Yeah.
And so because you've done that now and you've gained experience, what like kind of pieces of advice in a networking field can you give to people that is to do with that, interacting with people, initiating conversation, selling, because you had to stop people who didn't want to be stopped.
No,
they're angry.
Charity people.
Now,
Excuse me.
Now I've already been stopped by this guy. The last thing I'm going to do is listen to him because now he's already annoyed me. So I'm really intrigued to know from someone who's gone through that experience. How can you, like, what benefit can we take from that?
Okay, cool. First of all, number one thing is your mind. You have like if you think already I'm not gonna do it, you failed. If you already don't believe in yourself, you failed because you're not gonna have the mental capacity to push your way through the negativity. Because people will come and tell you your product is rubbish. I don't want it. It's not good quality. I've had people come to me saying like, "What is this? Like, this is some cheap stuff." Or do you understand? Like, people has like said, "Oh, your videos are corny. Or your products are this. Like, you're just selling normal utter bottle. Like, you sell this outside." Like, I've been cussed, but at the same time, you have to have that mental capacity to deal with this negativity, and a lot of people don't have that. And especially now is the best time to do your business. Now is the best time to do your own thing, because now a lot of people are going through depression, people are going through anxiety, people are going through low self-esteem, people are going through so many things that your mind can overtake all these other people's minds. Your mind can overtake and build a strong brand business. Now is the best time to do it, because everyone else is so insecure that they're just looking at what you're doing. You know, that's that saying.
That's such a good point that right now, because of the stuff that we're going through as a society, almost like everyone's on a level playing field. And bro, that's such a good point, because we were talking about this right at the beginning of lockdown. We were saying that, you know, when the lockdown first started, bro, like now you're seeing that there's allowances for people, like, you know, if you watch the news or you watch TV, the quality is back up, right? But at the beginning of the lockdown, it was so new, and everyone was so like worried about this virus, and they didn't know like what it was.
Made you paranoid, man.
That like there wasn't like the biggest show on Saturday nights at the time was Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway, right? And the week that the lockdown happened, Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway was done from their living rooms via Skype. Bro. The point of that is you have a living room and you have Skype, which means you now have a level playing field with Ant and Dec, which means that they haven't, you know, because sometimes you go, my man like is killing the game, but he has this, he has that, he has this, he has that.
It makes
like,
people like,
and you're
worried.
like, I can't do that because he but now everyone has a level playing field. Now what's your excuse? Because you now have the same, or you have more, because bro, Ant and Dec have always had a whole crew of people doing things for them. Now, because of quarantine, no one can enter their house. So they setting their own camera up on Skype and doing a whole show. So now you might have more technical know-how than you probably do, because you're younger than them. So now you can actually do better. So and likewise, like, if you look at it like in the media world, right? At that time, Sky News, they was allowed like one news presenter, and all the guests were on Zoom.
Oh, is it?
You have Zoom, so you can. My point is that everyone was just like, there was no adapted. More. No, it's not that everyone adapted. It's that there was no more excuses you could make. Do you see what I'm saying, bro?
Because they got taken away all the things they were using to be who they were.
You might say, but they've got a sick camera crew. They got a whole crew. They've got mic. But now they in their living room doing their show. So
they ain't even got a makeup artist,
bro. They haven't even got that now. So now we're on level playing field. So so I suppose the second phase of that is really powerful. What you're saying, which is that the way it sounds a bit like. It sounds a bit like what's that word? Savage. But it's true. What you're saying is that there's right now people are losing their jobs. People are like going through a bit of the Great Depression. And if you could be mentally tough now, while everyone's busy kind of being a bit
Worried.
distracted and worried,
Yeah.
if you can get mentally tough,
Yeah.
you might be able to sprint ahead.
Yeah.
It's a powerful point.
Yeah, no, definitely 100%, man.
Sorry, I interrupted. Carry
No,
on.
it's calm. Yeah, so that's important. So your number one is your mind. You have to make your mind strong to overcome the hurdles, and have a mind of a lion. Don't feel like the gazelle. Be a lion. But then again, let's talk about the gazelle and the lion. Look, people think having a business is hard. It's not. Like every morning a gazelle wakes up, and every morning a lion wakes up. And the lion, he's gonna do what he does. He's hungry. He wants to eat. And the gazelle, he has to do what he has to do. He has to survive from the lion. All you have to do as a gazelle is just to outrun another gazelle. You don't even have to be better than a gazelle. You have to just outrun the other gazelle. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What I mean by that is that other businesses that are doing the same thing as you just have to be there before them. Come earlier, maybe. Do you understand? You don't
be
even...
better, be faster.
Yeah, be faster. That's it.
Yeah.
Like me, I was selling in Shepherd's Bush, for an example. For you to overcome me, all you have to do is maybe come earlier than me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Set up before me.
You will outwork your competition.
Yeah, you outwork your competition. But it comes back to your mind. How strong is your mind? Don't be insecure. Don't let other people put you down. Don't put yourself down. Believe in yourself. Because when you believe, you achieve. Simple as that. And be consistent. Be the two things that I took with me in terms of being successful in what I've done is discipline and consistency. There's no secret to it. It's just be consistent. Don't be staggering. The only time you should be staggering is when you're dead. Other than that, always be on your toes. Always be on your 10 toes, as they say. Always be on the move. Make sure that, you're always... And be around positive people. Sometimes you have to be around good people that's going to root for you. Because maybe you will doubt yourself, but someone else will be like, oh my God, your brand is amazing. You can do this. You got this. And you'll be like, you know what? That person is right. And they will start believing in your brand more than you do sometimes. And you need to be around these people. You can't be around toxic people. Because toxic people they're blinded by their own vision. They don't believe in their own self, let alone in what you're doing. So you can't be around toxic people. Does that make sense? You always have to be around positive people. Positive people are going to let you believe in yourself. You're going to think that, I'm the best thing around because of how some people might make you feel. So mindset is really important. Be around positive people and don't be afraid. Know why you're doing it. Once you know why you're doing it, the how becomes easy. And simple as that. And now as well, you can set up an online business. You don't even have to sell to people.
That's such a good point. That is a good point.
You understand? You don't have to face people. Now, people don't want to see each other.
Yeah.
People, you can do everything online now.
That's what I mean by everyone being at a level playing field. Because before, someone like you would probably have a higher chance of being successful.
Yeah.
Because you could initiate conversation with people.
Yeah.
As opposed to an introvert. Whereas an introvert obviously has so many advantages, but you probably had that higher chance of like converting someone early, right?
Yeah.
But now you're right, like as long as you can write a good email or you can make the description of your website good, it's again like a level playing field.
Yeah.
We're moving into a weird time, bro.
I don't even know how people are gonna go back to work after the whole furlough and
And so have you had to adapt your business for online a bit more, like?
Not really, because the online was always there. What I did at that was the home delivery. I had to make sure that if I can't sell somewhere and you can come to me, I'm gonna come to your doorstep. I'm gonna make you feel comfortable at your own doorstep. I'm gonna bring the whole shop to you. Does that make sense? Like you ain't got excuse now. If you want the oud, I'm gonna bring it to your doorstep.
But is that scalable?
It is. It is.
You could just have more employees doing that, right? I guess.
Not really, because now it's a booking thing. You say minimum order, I'll come to you £50, £30, and you got 3 people that you made £150 within a couple of hours. But if you're working from morning to 9 to 5 and you had 10 people, that's £500 you've made by just home delivery, and it's a set price. Already before I leave my house, I already got these people that's already booked me for me to come. Does that make sense? It is scalable because no one else is doing it. Does that make sense? And people are very lazy. They like the idea of like a lot of things now is catered for people's laziness. Even the microwave, like you put the food in the microwave, 2 seconds is ready. You still say that's not quick enough. That's not quick enough. 2 seconds, 2 minutes not quick enough. I want it quicker.
What do I do 2 minutes? You're like watching a video for 2 minutes.
It's not quick enough. I want it now. So people they like the idea of buying things off the bed. Why do you think Amazon became a first $1 trillion company?
Because they do Amazon now. It comes in half an hour.
Yeah, it comes now. Or so many people just bought it online. They like the conveniency.
But that's what I'm saying. So isn't isn't scalability wise, it's still your best option to really hone in on the online shopping, because that's something where rather than going out and like having to travel and in a 9 to 5 only making £500, you can make that in 5 minutes. If you just improve like people getting access to your product. If you just improve, like, for example, implementing the Facebook pixel on your website. I'm sure you already have it, but the point is of like when someone checks out one of your products and they don't buy it, next thing they know they're scrolling on Instagram and the advert comes up for that exact product. Like, hey, do you want to add this to your cart? Point is putting your efforts into that could really scalability wise, like just go mad. Especially now, everyone's, like you said, everyone's shopping online. The world's becoming online. You could. I wonder if, no, you can't. I was gonna say, I wonder if you could even do like online consultancy, like as in like, you know, if someone books a thing, but you can't because you have to smell it.
No, you can. You can send out samples to people, and then you can maybe explain the samples to people.
There's things, bro. There's things.
But you know what it is? I don't know. If for some reason, even though there's a lockdown, people seem to have money. I don't know where they're getting money from. People,
bro, a lot of people do, because, bro, you got to think about it like this.
People got money, man.
A lot. There's so many reasons, because okay, people who are in secure jobs, right? They're getting paid, but because they're working at home, the expenditure's gone way down. So their salary's secure. And that's a big majority of people. Like, even though since March this year, something like 700,000 people have been taken off payroll, that's a lot of people. That means that also like way more than that have stayed on the payroll, which means people who are on 60k, 70k, 80k, 100k salaries are still on those salaries, still getting paid the exact same amount of money, but they're just working from home, which means they don't have to spend money on travel, they don't have to spend money on going out for food because restaurants are closed, lunch money, outfits for work, and all of these things they're saving money on, and therefore they've got loads more disposable income, and that's probably the majority, bro. So that's why people are like, let me go.
But it makes you think like, okay, cool, you're not going out, so why, like, people are still spending, alhamdulillah. I'm not complaining, like, on my website.
That's why I was confused about this lockdown. You're saying people wanted Udo lockdown. I'm back.
Yeah, because I'm baffed as well, because people are spending money, but you ain't got nowhere to wear it to. It's like, where you wearing it to your bathroom or to living room, like, but people are wearing it. So, I mean, people are buying it. So, I'm like I said, I'm not complaining. I'm grateful. So,
are you looking to expand out at all to, like, because that Black Oud brand has such a it has such a wide net it can capture. Like, you could literally go into like anything that's home and lifestyle, like air fresheners, like you said you had, but anything that's to do with home, like wax,
there's a lot of things I want to do.
Anything that can be inside a home,
anything to do with fragrance and smelling nice,
bro. But even like antibacterial wipes, but them smelling like, ooh, that doesn't exist, bro.
I think some companies have made it already.
Really?
I think some other companies have made it, but
I've never smelled antibacterial. Like, instead of you getting a Dettol wipe, bro, you got antibacterial wipes, and it smells like
not antibacterial wipe, but you can get what's it called, hand sanitizer oud.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that.
But it depends how people, because some.
Bro, if that existed,
was that antibacterial oud?
Yeah, bro, I'm wiping my whole house down. First of all, it's killing all the bacteria,
and second of all, so makes this idea, man.
And second of all, it's like your house just smells amazing. You haven't even had to, wow.
Yeah, no, it could work. It could work. But I was gonna say, there's so much things I want to do, but just within a certain time, because I like to do things in stages.
Well, you have to focus on your product.
Understand? I like to do things on stages, and it always keeps the consumers of Black Oud always, because once they buy the oil, they're like, okay, what's next? I'm giving them the sprays. Okay, what's next? I have to do it in a slow stage, so they always feel like they want to come back and see what's next, what's new. If I give it all at once, the whole package, the oud, the air freshener, the house, the car thing, they're gonna be like, do you understand?
Nah, bro, having more products is always gonna be advantage. Like, you could do a box.
No, it's
like,
true.
Everything
in a later stage.
Nah, you're right, bro. But that might be a stage where you say, you know what, it's time to seek funding.
Yeah.
Like, seeking an investment and just saying, look, this brand, I built it.
A few people to invest. Like,
yeah, but like, I could go on that website and there's hundreds of products, waxes, anti-back wipes, car fresheners. Like, the lot.
No, trust me, it's all in the pipeline, man.
Yeah, inshallah, man. I'll put barakah in it, man.
I mean.
We'll round up soon, because I want to get you on the open up set as well to do the. I don't know if you've seen our card game that we've got.
I've seen it. I'm
gonna get you to get vulnerable.
I'm not gonna lie. I see some people.
You're gonna have to open up a bit.
The questions kind of like hit home a bit to some people.
Let's try like 1 or 2 questions
Okay,
now
okay,
on
go,
air, and then we'll do the rest on for open up. But let's have a look.
Have you got these in stock, by the way?
We have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I'll make sure that you leave with one.
Where did you get the idea of this?
So conversation cards are a thing that exist,
Yeah.
but I don't think that anybody was doing it from like a level of like from like that have like there's hints of Islamic questions in there.
Okay.
And also I think there's a massive gap in our community where we can't really relate to the other generations. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully this bridges that gap of enhanced conversation. All right, so I'm gonna pick one at random.
Yeah.
Here you go. The question says, name one thing you love about the way you've been raised.
Getting whipped. Get now because it puts discipline in you.
Right.
Because look at the newer generation.
Yeah.
People are just rude to their parents, man.
Yeah, they are. Okay. One of Allah's names is the subtle, Al-Latif. Do you remember the moment that shaped your life as you know it? So do you remember a moment where you were like, wow, Allah did that, and then that, and then that, and now that's resulted in that? Wow, I would never have thought
I
so.
think now, recently.
Really?
Yeah, with the whole GQ magazine and
Yeah.
because me selling on the street and now featuring in GQ magazine, that itself is like, wow, like I never saw this.
That's amazing.
I never thought to myself like from selling on the street and I'm gonna be in GQ magazine. I'm like, oh my god, like it's like that put confidence in me to believe in my brand more. Because if these
when other people,
if these lot fall like raw, like meaning GQ, if they fall like okay, your product's good enough for our magazine, I have to feel like I'm pleased with that.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Yeah, so-
100%. This is a good one. What are you avoiding lately? Why?
What am I avoiding lately? Obviously now as I'm up and coming in Black Oud, I just have to be careful because I get a lot of people messaging me, and one thing I'm scared of, like people try to take advantage of my. Obviously, to some people, it might come across as a privilege. Like I can take advantage of. I'm not saying I'm big, but I can have like a leeway, or things can be a bit easier for me because of I got a bit of a name for myself. But at the same time, I don't want people to take advantage of me because of my brand and name. If that makes sense.
Why is that something you're avoiding?
Because I'm scared that, like I said to you earlier, someone asked me, can I do a music video in your lounge?
Ah, I see what you mean.
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, stay away over there. Because
Yeah.
once I open that door,
Yeah,
which
you
God
can't do that
forbid,
stuff,
do
yeah.
you understand? It might lead to other things. And then by the time we know it,
And I'll make it easy for you,
I'm
man, to
sitting
stay
with
away
Drake.
from that stuff, man.
I'm sitting with Drake or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
I hear that because obviously the dunya is tempting, but
Yeah.
the barakah is. When you got the barakah,
Yeah.
like nothing's better than that.
But
Let's
you know
do
what's
one-
mad is when you got the barakah, but that's the thing, it's people's mindset. People don't see it like that. People think that you have to do business in this way. You need to put music in your videos. You need to have women in your videos. People need to be naked. People need to look like this. People just have this mindset, and it comes back to how you think, if you put trust in Allah. I personally believe the only reason I'm going to use GQ because that's the biggest thing for me right now.
Yeah, of
I only
course.
believe I was approached by them because of me trying to stay disciplined Islamically and keeping it as halal as possible away from haram, and that's why they approached me, because I closed all these other doors that could possibly lead me to success and maybe in the society's eyes. But these lot came to me out of the blue and be like, you know what, we like your brand, and that is a form of like a blessing within itself. Like, you know, it could possibly like open the door for a lot of other people. You know, like, oh, Oud, okay, that's the new thing. We was doing this from ages. Like, let's try and brand it in a way that we can get recognized, and that's it, man. So,
Alhamdulillah. Look, bro, may Allah put barakah in it.
Ameen,
And
ameen.
Jazakallah khair for coming down. I really
Jazakallah khair
appreciate
for
it.
inviting me,
But
man.
it's lovely to hear your story, man. It's lovely to hear someone who went from built something grassroots from ground up,
Yeah.
and now it's becoming a brand, and now
Yeah.
and they're reinvesting in it and stuff. And so, yeah, man, ask Allah put barakah in, and I
Ameen.
appreciate you spending time with us,
Ameen.
man.
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
having me,
much.
man.
Jazakallah khair. Let's jump on the open upset, man.
Okay, definitely.
Jazakallah khair, guys.